Welcome back to Let's Play Darkest Dungeon. I'm your host, Timepants, and today we're venturing back into the ruins with Marisot, Lucy, Roger, and Karados. And I realized that I had not been upgrading Roger's weapons. Whoops, my bad. So we did that same with Marisot, and holy shit, look at that. That looks just awesome. So let's get started. We're going to be proceeding in total darkness. So let's pack enough food. I'm still kind of reeling and recovering from that last run that we did, because holy shit, that was pretty exciting. It looked for a while there like we would not have much of a chance at all, and unfortunately, we did have to leave some things behind. We didn't get to do the Shambler altar like I had kind of hoped that we would. That's too bad, but on the other hand, holy shit, we actually made it through. We actually survived. So I'll live. Hopefully we will have an opportunity to get a, let's see, Bless, or yeah, I think Bless is the better of the two. So yeah, hopefully we will have a chance to fight a Shambler this time around, and hopefully let's get some loot from it. I am sorely disappointed at how many of these previous Shambler fights have gone where we haven't gotten anything. Well, off to a great start. This is fantastic. Alright. But yeah, we haven't had the luck that we had originally when we were fighting the Shamblers. Alright. I need to pay attention to our quest here. Not great, but not terrible. Let's see. So, sniper shot, you dead. Yeah, now that she has her weapons upgraded, she's going to be critting a lot more. Her damage is going to be marginally better. So, yeah, I think we can be happy with this. I am still just beside myself. The man-at-arms is phenomenal. Just really, really a very strong class. And Lucy has sort of... Well, let me be honest. There was a while there where I actually thought that the Crusader might be one of the worst classes in the game. I don't know if I would go so far as to say the worst, but maybe the worst dedicated tank class in the game. Because... Oh, okay. I'm still not thrilled, but I'm not angry anymore. But yeah, I had been under the impression that maybe the Crusader was not very good, particularly since a lot of the changes that were made to the Leper really addressed some of the major concerns. Obviously, the whole issue with the Leper having, major accuracy issues, obviously those were not addressed, because to address those would be basically to transform. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and conclude that yes, you can no longer interact with those from distance before your quirks trigger. But yeah, I was under the impression that we can just check this here. That the Crusader was, yeah, a pretty poor tank class. He has some good trinkets, and he has some otherwise pretty good secondary skills. Not as primary damage dealers, but he's got a stun. He's got a stun. He's got the ability to... What are we gonna do here? He's got the ability to deal decent AoE damage, I think we take her out first. But yeah, he still has some pretty major issues that need to be dealt with before I can really consider it to be like one of the elite classes in the game. I mean, really, unless you're fighting unholy enemies, it seems like, it seems like the Crusader is kind of a suboptimal pick. His damage is not on par with the Lepers. He doesn't have the ability to, like the Bounty Hunter, to do insane burst damage. He doesn't have great versatility except for Holy Lance, but unfortunately Holy Lance is still limited to the back two, so if he gets shuffled in the party before, we're going to get hit here. If he gets shuffled to the back of the party before we have the ability, before he has the ability to Holy Lance himself in the front, then he's got the same issue as the Leper does. So all of that while trading away Leper strong single target or multi-target AoE and the ability to deal, and the ability to deal damage to the back rows reliably, kind of makes the Crusader sort of this master, this jack of all trades, master of none. But unless he's fighting these unholy enemies, I kind of feel like he's more like, I don't know, a 7 or 8 of all trades and a master of none. We've been getting surprised a lot. That's not great. I think... Well, again, what are we going to do here? He's shuffled back, and we've really got nothing. I guess we just heal. I mean, this is not a dire situation. I can't imagine this really going poorly at all. What is this, stun? Yeah, it's not terrible. These guys are annoying to fight, but really not terrible, and her accuracy is good enough that their large dodge score is really negated almost completely. I think we can... Great. Alright, so... Yeah, I have my concerns about... Yeah, I have my concerns about the Crusader, and unfortunately I really don't have much of a clue as to how those concerns can be alleviated. Unlike the Leper, where... Nice. Unlike the Leper, where something could be done, maybe to make it more vulnerable to marking or something like... to give it additional, mark chance to where, its knockback will work better against marked targets or something like that. I really don't know what could conceivably be done to make the Crusader a better class. And you don't want to just try and solve everything by giving it marking synergies or something like that. Obviously I'm just kind of throwing ideas out for something that could be done to make the Leper a bit more interesting, but yeah, I'm not sure. But Lucy, from my own personal experience, has, at the very least, stepped up when it has mattered. So, obviously, this is purely anecdotal, but yeah, I don't really think that the Crusader is a truly elite class the way a Man-at-Arms is, or something like that. And while we're on the topic of the Man-at-Arms, I'm so glad you asked. I think... this is actually... Okay. While we are on the subject of the Man-at-Arms, I do think I have an idea for how to make the Man-at-Arms a bit more balanced. And that is to just lower his HP total. Like, one of the main draws of the Man-at-Arms class, wonderful. One of the draws of the Man-at-Arms class is that, yeah, their ability to, yeah, their tank ability is great. You know, they have abilities that give them big protection buffs, and they also mark themselves to sort of draw aggro, to aim the aggro toward them. So I was thinking that, wow, that I was thinking that maybe something that could be done is by lowering the class's HP, you make him much more vulnerable, and there's a lot more of a risk involved in marking oneself. All right. Because, yeah, now if you are drawing a bunch of aggro towards yourself, well, your HP total is somewhat buffered by the protection score, but it's not entirely, the issue's not entirely mitigated. I think, let's go back, let's just, what time is it? We're only 11 minutes in. Yeah, let's go back. Let's see if there is a Shambler altar here, and if there's not, we'll go. If there is, we'll fight it. And then let's try and run one more, and we'll run in. Yeah, we'll run in a level 5 dungeon. All right. Great. We're out. So, not bad. That was fast, which is something I was hoping for. Wow. That's perfect. Let's see. Okay. I don't know what a Blutomania actually does.
In truth, I cannot tell how much time has passed since I sent that letter.
Alright, so let's see here. Well, who do we want to send along? Actually, why don't we cut the video here, and we'll just have a nice short one for the time being. So, thank you for watching. I'll see you later.